Hello everyone, my name is Javion Saunders, also known by the username Ice Fire Warden in any Elder Scrolls community. And today, Michael asked me, and he's a good friend, he asked me to do a special Elder Scrolls primer for you guys detailing the Uutak Mythos. This is going to be 5 minutes long and just explaining the basic principles of the Uutak Mythos in general to anybody who wants to know more about it, who's heard of it, and who just wants to know its place in the Elder Scrolls universe. I'm going to try to put this into a 5 minute long video, and anybody who knows me knows that I can ramble on a lot, and, especially my texts can go on a long time. So I'm going to really try to stick to a really small, condensed format for everyone. The Uutak Mythos is basically a massive world building project set within the Elder Scrolls universe that takes the really well underdeveloped island called Yneslea that's only mentioned literally like 2 times in any of the Elder Scrolls games, and that's only in books, detailing the failed invasion of Akavir by Uriel Septon V. And it's really underdeveloped, as all of the islands introduced in the invasion of Akavir. But the Uutak Mythos takes it and it gives it its own mythical significance, just like Tamriel has its own mythical significance, and Mora and Almeris and Yakuta and Akavir itself, and Pi and Denea, where the member live, and other and Frost, what it basically just develops and gives its own lore. The Uutak Mythos is centers around Yneslea, but it also goes into Tamriel, into Akavir, because the Elder Scrolls series, everything bleeds into one another, and without having all that interaction, a lot of the conflict that the Elder Scrolls series has wouldn't actually be in the Elder Scrolls at all. But the Uutak Mythos deals with a race created by me for the Uutak Mythos in general, for Yneslea, called the Echmer. And they are Bat Elves, accidentally created by a Dreamer clan that sailed to Yneslea in ancient times during the First Era. And they accidentally made them through their tonal magic, which is basically kind of like sound magic, amplified into that basically warps the reality in basic terms. It's really kind of hard to understand. Even I don't really understand tonal magic either, so I don't really know how to really describe it myself. But that's what tonal magic really does, and the Echmer were accidentally created by tonal magic when basically the bats who were affected by it, they were just normal bats, and they just developed into their own sentient humanoid race that resembles bat-like mer. Then the Germer disappeared, and the Echmer took control. And the Echmer because of this, the Echmer are very technological. They're probably the most technologically advanced race on Nern that we know so far. They had all the Germer tech that they reverse engineer and made their own tech out of, and they got like a lot of different things. They developed they developed their own radio. They developed sonar. They had they have their own spaceships. They have their own void ships. They've done a lot of things in regards to technology. The second race in the Uutak Mythos is the Hyu-Ket, and they're a race of insect goblins that were originally just regular goblins that sailed from Tamriel, also in ancient times. Before the Dreamer did, actually, and they sailed and they made landfall in ancient Yneslea back in the Meritic era, shortly after Triumph was turned to Malkath. And they were there along with the ancient Yneslian men, whose name is really hard for me to say, but I think it's like Hiatapo, I think how you pronounce it. But the Yneslian men, they're really ancient, they're really strange, they're really hard to really talk about, but they used to live there a long time ago. But you have them, you also have the Brokaw, which are like a frog-like race of savage plunderers who are really not that intelligent. And you also have the Terran Joe, who are like these shark, kind of like amphibians that live underneath the subterranean caverns of Yneslea. But those are really the only thing that the Uutak Mythos really focuses on, or those races in Yneslea in general, which is comprised of about 72 islands. The archipelago is comprised of like 72 islands, but only 8 of those are officially part of the territory, and only 8 of those are really what we center the Uutak Mythos around. So that's just a really short primer for the Uutak Mythos. I know it's like really kind of confusing, but if you have any questions and comments or concerns, please leave a comment on this video or talk to me directly. See you later.